Hi, and this is Mike Garner from MrMikeGarner.com, coming to you for your personal growth and spiritual development. And I always say that. What do you always say? What do you say verbally? What do you express? And what do you impress? What do you say inside? What's going on in here between your temples? Some of this little presentation will go over all ground, but it's so relevant. Basics, which we forget. We get wrapped up, caught up in the trap, the rut of life. It says in the Bible, be in the world but not of the world, and the fact is we're not of the world. We are extraterrestrials. We are star people made of stardust. We came out of the primeval sludge and we evolved our consciousness. What are you conscious of? Why are you here? What is your purpose? Massive questions, but to me, these questions should define you. Define means it's your definition, your major definite purpose. Everything that I'm teaching you, if I'm your mentor, group facilitator here in Mike Body Spirit, or you as a one-to-one client of mine, I've been taught, I've shared with you techniques that will help you overcome the objects that stand in the way of your health, happiness and success. You are naturally healthy. Your body has a propensity to self-heal, and what's standing in the way of that self-healing is you and your thoughts, your consciousness and your purpose or lack of purpose, your lack of motivation, your lack of courage, your lack of compassion, your being consumed by negativity and not positivity, the images in your head, what's going on that impresses you, that you're impressing, that you're saying in here between your temples. This temple, this crystal palace in your mind, in your brain, should be peaceful, harmonious. There should be balance, congruency between what you think and what you say and what you think. There should be no conflict. There should be no conflicts in your life at all. If there is conflict, resolve it or walk away from it. There should be no worry, no anxiety. If there is, get on a mission to solve it, resolve it. If you can't, and there's nothing you can do about it, then walk away or live with it and find peace with it. If you're in a job you don't like, a relationship you don't like, do something about it. An area you don't like, a circumstance, a state of health, personal circumstances that you don't like, do some inner work. Change your thinking about it, or don't be around it. Those are the objects that stand in the way of your health, because we are naturally healthy, and there are accelerated health techniques that you can do. Reiki techniques, holistic techniques, pagan and Wiccan techniques, crystals, mantras, crystal grids, hypnotic trance healing, touch healing, a whole range of things. You can eat healthy, exercise, sleep more, sleep different. You know what to do, and if you don't, talk to me. It's probably already been told by me. You just have to check out my YouTube. What's standing in the way of your happiness? Absolutely nothing. It's a decision to be happy. And the objects that are standing in the way are probably you, your decisions or your lack of decision, your indecision, your comfort zone, your fear of change. So you're in jobs for security that you don't like, where you could do something risky maybe, and change, be exciting. it might be that something that's a bit dodgy is a stepping stone to something that's better. And I've done loads of dodgy things, wobbly things. I left a job with 32 years behind me, a pension, stability, a guarantee, and went self-employed. When I had my spine injury, it made me change my job, but I was offered work within the AA, and I chose to work for myself when I wasn't that well. Big risk. Best decision I ever made. And there's relationships that I got out of that were, some were not so good, so they had to go, but others were okay, could have put up with them, could have settled. No, I'm not settling for anything. I deserve the best, so do you. So you're standing in the way of your health and your happiness. How happy are you right now? What are you moaning about? What's stopping you from being happy? What's blocking your happiness? Who's blocking your happiness? Listen to that dog. That dog's moaning, barking, expressing itself. There's pain there. Is that you yapping, whining, doing nothing about it? Striving but not arriving. Goal setting but not goal getting. And is that your dialogue? That you don't think you deserve it, that you don't think you're good enough? Because that's not true. And then what's standing in the way of your success? And how do you define success? How do you actually, what would you have to have, be and do to be successful? Because that should be something that you're on now. You should have your goals set out. What do you want to have? What do you want to be? What do you want to do? Remembering that there's no limitation. When you make those goals, you remove all limitation. Imagine that I've given you 20 wishes, 2,000 wishes. You can have anything. There's gold dust. Scatter it all over yourself and you can have anything. And then you just have to resolve to get about it. If somebody else has got what you want, then so can you, because they got it. And if you're prepared to do what they did, then you'll get it as well. Are you lacking education? Are you lacking confidence? Are you lacking finances? Are you lacking skills? You can sort most of those things out. And if there's massive money needed, there's stepping stones towards that. If there's massive skills needed, that may be a time frame, well, there's mini goals towards that. I didn't build this project in Thailand overnight. 19 years this has been in the mind, since I first came to Thailand in 2003. So it's not 19 years, it's 15, 16 years, 17 years. Nevertheless, even before I knew about Thailand, I knew that I wasn't going to be a motor mechanic for the rest of my life. I'd already started to learn skills, develop techniques and strategies and structures, knowing that in the future I was going to be helping people overcome the obstacles that stand in the way of their health, happiness and success. And I was going to use myself, if you like. I was going to trial most of the things on myself so I could sell my goods and services, my ideas, with confidence, because I'm the model that I tested it on, so I'm the role model. And I'm not educated, I'm self-educated. And back in 2008, 2009, 2010, I did a psychology degree, having done very poorly at secondary school, grammar school. Didn't go to university life. But you're not going to experience the university of life. You're not going to understand the learning that you can get from the classroom of the world or the playground of the world if you go nowhere and you watch television and you hang around negative people and you talk negatively yourself, because you'll attract what you are, not what you say. You can say something, but you've got to be it. So what are you attracting? Are you attracting happiness, health, success. Every day now, having achieved this and been here for 2 years, I'm now moving on to different goals, greater goals, more challenging situations. I could settle here and sit back. I might get another, I'm 62, I might get another 30 years, 92. Most of my aunties and uncles got to 95, 96, 98. I'd rather die tomorrow or next year having lived to the max. It's no good another 20, 30 years cruising, settling in a rut, unhappy, unhealthy. I always want to push myself, and I'm prepared to put my life on the line, all my finances on the line, my integrity on the line to some degree, my reputation, and risk failing. Because there's no success without failure. I know people in relationships long past the sell-by date stay in businesses and they're scared of giving up or scared of starting a business because what might people say? What might the neighbours say? What might the person down the pub say? What would my parents say? What would my sisters, what would my family say? What would my friends say? You know, they don't give a shit. They might say they do. When people ask you how you are, they're not listening to your answer. They're just waiting for the gap so they can talk about them. Nobody's more invested and interested in you than you. So don't do things for other people. Be totally selfish and do it for yourself. In the word selfish, middle letter is the letter I. Be yourself. I. So what are you? Your affirmations should define you. Your thoughts should define you. Your inner language between these temples here should be peaceful, constructive, kind, giving, serving, asking, what can I do for you? What can I do for the universe? And by the law of reciprocity, the universe and other people will do it for you. It starts with you. So what do you want? And what are you going to do about it? I made myself quite unpopular coming to Thailand. Some of my good friends were very jealous. And they're not good friends anymore. Well, they probably weren't good friends, but my perception was, and I've learnt this, that people aren't like me. Most of the people in this group listening to this will judge other people by their standards. And if you're watching this and you're still here 12 minutes, 51 seconds into it, then thank you. God bless you. And you're here in this video, watching this video at this point in your life where, in my opinion, you're part of the spiritual elite. And I'm not being egotistical about that. You are a seeker, but you're probably also a seer, but you don't see that in yourself. You've got to own that. You are a guru. You're probably a guru, but you're actually doing it. You're watching this and you're prepared to take that next step. In fact, if you're watching this, it's a bit like the vicar in church telling everybody in church they're a sinner. The people in the pews, some of them will be, but they've turned up. They should be going out evangelising and telling people who aren't in church they're sinners, because the people in church recognise that and are there to learn something else. It's no good condemning those that turn up. You've turned up and you're here 13 minutes 48 into this video and you're still listening. Thank you, God bless you. So what do you do? Well, in my community, Mind, Body, Spirit, there's people there supposed to be learning. Now, some are and some aren't. Some are passive learners, some are active learners, some are vocal, some are not vocal. Some are paying and not getting their money's worth, even though it's only £10 a month. For wisdom that I think surpasses anything that you're going to learn anywhere else, watching Coronation Street, EastEnders, or going down the pub, or talking to your mates. Life-changing stuff that if you do it, it works, and if you don't, it won't. Everybody's a god in their own reality, but to some degree, you're a mini-god, because you're not embracing and you're not owning and claiming the full power. Everything I'm sharing is to be powerful, full of power. spiritually strong, mentally strong, emotionally strong, physically the best you can be. And if you follow my story, you'll know that I'm on a journey the same as you. I'm not any better than you. In fact, I am you, you are me. We're all one in this. But thankfully I've been gifted a mouth to talk and a heart that's passionate about this, and a determination, and I'm fairly bulletproof, I feel. Although people who know me know that that's not 100% true, because I do fall and I do get upset, but I bounce back quite quickly, mainly by detaching from where the upset and trauma and argument comes from, and negativity, and restoring myself by getting alone. Thailand's been a great place for doing that for me. It's quite lonely. As I say, people have judged it. I've been criticised for being selfish. Am I bothered? I think most of my life I've gone against the trends. I'm not a follower, I'm a leader. And I'm not really bothered what people think. I get easily offended when people I trust and I love, or easily upset or concerned when people I love, who should know me better, don't get it. Same as anybody. That's a vulnerability of mine, because I come from love. And again, I tend to think that the people closest to me in my inner circle should know better. But even those often prove me wrong. This is the challenge of life. And I think those people are my best teachers. So thank you for being jealous. Thank you for criticising me, arguing with me, putting me down. I've risen up from that. And every adversity and every time I've had my own personal little drama, I've come back stronger. Now, I suggest you adopt that. Words is an anagram of sword. That's true. WORDS. Rearrange it, sword. Words are cutting. But with a sword, you can stand up, you can go on a crusade. Your major definite purpose, which, as I said, defines you. Use words. This cross that I wear, it's a cross, not a crucifix, but look at that. You can't see it really, and probably in the shade, but it's a sword. The actual cross is an archetype. It represents the spine line and the cross at the heart, love on the heart, or the sun on the zodiac, which became the sun on the cross with a Christian story, which is an allegory, which is another thing. But ultimately, your heart vibration is stronger than your head vibration. So a lot of people do my head in. But my strongest vibration is my love for them, whether they do my head in or not. And when I walk away from people and situations, I still love them, because they are me. And they've taught me something, and I take the learning. So every little part of my presentation, which is unscripted, and I'm just going for this, being guided by spirit to say the right thing, and being vulnerable in doing so. And that vulnerability is my strength. What's your strength? Live strong, live powerfully. Don't let anything stand in the way of your health, happiness and success. And define your health, happiness and success, and have goals of have, be and do around your health. What do you want to have in your health? How do you have it? What do you need to do it? Your success, how do you find that at work, in life, and all other aspects. Health, happiness and success, and you should have goals around all those, and then you should have affirmations around those goals, visualizations around those goals, and then positive action steps. And as always, if I can help you with that, that's what I'm here to do. Take advantage of me in My Body Spirit, take advantage of me in Power Hour, take advantage of me in Reiki On and any of my other groups, Genesis. Take advantage of me if you're a client of mine, or a friend of mine, or you just know me. And that's what I'm here to serve. And I love to help. But I'm no fool. I don't have mug on my forehead. That's my mug. But I'm not a mug. And I'll give and I'll give and I'll give. And I've just been teaching my Mind Body Spirit group my 3 times rule, which I break many times, particularly with people in my inner circle, the people that should know better, that I trust, who very often let me down, but still love you, and you know who you are. But ultimately, come to me and I'll help you, but you do your bit. And you come to me with honesty and respect. And I'll be honest and I'll respect you. It's that reciprocity. That equal vibration of Namaste, the God in me recognises a God in you, and the Goddess or God in you recognises a God in me, and it's coming to each other to co-join as a union, empathically, to serve each other. That neither am I the master and you're the student, or you're the master and I'm the student, that we both learn from each other and we share and we care, and you give me and I give you and I give you and you give me, and it's that never-ending circle of life. But if you don't come to me like that, well, I'll live with that twice. The third time, I'm going to walk away. I do that with jobs, I do it with situations, I do it with people, I do it with events, I do it with myself. Because you can't keep giving and giving and giving and not getting. And you can't keep loving and loving and loving and be hated. And you can't be positive and positive and positive in a negative environment with negative people, with people who are pulling stunts. Because I see right through it. I feel it. You don't have to say it, I feel it. I'm empathic, I'm psychic. I use my gifts. I have this gift, as I say, of being a talker. Certainly fearless in certain situations, not always, but it is a strength of mine. I'm a Taurus, I'm a bull. I take things head on, I don't run away. Can be one of the personalities that I've got to check on, hold back. Can be too bullheaded. I'm learning. Are you learning? Or are you just, have you got rigor mortis of the attitudes? In other words, are you inflexible? Are you unprepared to change? Because if you're not, don't come to me. I work with change, growth, development. Comfort zones are dangerous. Inflexibility will get you nowhere. A willingness to do more, have more and be more is where I need you to be, and that's where I need to be. And as I say, I'm here. It's wonderful. It's my palace. This is this is my front garden with my hammock. It's 5 acres. It's phenomenal. It's a paradise, but I don't live in a fool's paradise. And I don't know what tomorrow's going to bring, but I've got ideas in here, between my temples, that I need peace of mind, I need love, I need health, happiness and success, and I'll go wherever I can find that. And I need purpose. My major definite purpose, the reason that I was incarnated. What's your reason for being incarnated? You need to know that. Processes of mind that will help you discover that, but you know for yourself where your gifts are. What do you love doing? What are you really good at? That's where you should spend your time. Where do you get your best joy? How do you make people smile? That's where you should spend your time. So I've said a lot. Thank you for listening. 24 minutes, 35 seconds into this. So if you're still with me now, then you are committed. I love you. And I'll give you everything that I possibly can if you connect with me. Mentally, physically, emotionally, spiritually. Because I am you, you are me. No separation. God bless. Enjoy your mind. Take care.